Hello, traders. Welcome to the first stream of the new quarter and second half of the year. And like they flipped the switch, right? kind of on Bitcoin. I mean, up almost 4%. Highs of day, like kind of like right now, just a few moments ago. And really cool to see like support resistance come into play here, as it does all the time, right? Yeah, and they're holding, right? And we just like didn't know if they would defend this level successfully. It is interesting, like today, it was in fact last night, Bitcoin saw, I think, 22-month lows. So it's a nice little big win that I guess we all needed. But yeah, I mean, saw the lowest price since September 17th, 2024. Yikes. So maybe, you know, with the buyers defending the level so well, you can see above my head. One time, now twice. I mean, they have now confirmed on lesser time scales that this level is a support. Maybe if they could break this 60,900 level, right, this little peak right there from June 27th, maybe that we could be targeting for 63,588. You know, you just like it could be the beginning of a C to D wave, whether it's here or even deeper. But for now, supports have held, and you're getting a rally off that. You could imagine all other cryptos are too. I mean, Ethereum's up about the same amount, 3.78%, kind of just in the middle of the zone, just holding. 1728 would be your target if Bitcoin was going to run to 62 plus. Okay, going back to Bitcoin for a sec, let's look at the monthly close. In on.
Anonymous tipped $25. Synapse glory days.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, SNPS. We can look at that. Hype in chat. Thanks for 25, dude. Yeah. Sec. Yeah, first of the month. So, but it's like a special thing, right? Where it's like the new quarter, the new bi-yearly candle, and we've seen in the past like crazy stuff happens on this day going forward. Like the algos and the bots and the funds will all reallocate capital, rotate capital from one area of the market to another. And it's almost like, wow, you can see it immediately. I mean, look what happened yesterday, how horrible it was. I mean, it was the lowest monthly candle close confirmed since maybe August 2024. Holy crap, it might have been, dude, I'm sorry. It was the lowest monthly candle close on Bitcoin yesterday since January 2024, over 2-year lows on the close. Sorry, I think my music might be smidge loud. Sorry, dude. Yeah, over 2-year lows. And they did, in fact, for real, lose the support.
Synapse crypto sin.
Oh, SYM. My bad, dude. I had to figure it out. I wasn't gonna like look at the wrong asset, you know, probably, but I will certainly look. Thank you, dude.
Is that a join?
Thanks for the 420. So, really bad things concluded yesterday at the close on the monthly. Let's look at the quarterly. Lowest quarterly candle close since October 2023. Yeah, that's reality. That's 3 black crows too. But yeah, right out the gate, you know, on the new month, the new quarter of 3.81%, right back above that support. There was, you can't fall below that level, 58.8, too long, man. So think of, that's how crazy bad it concluded yesterday. Here's the bi-yearly candle that just closed. I mean, that's the lowest, the lowest 6-month candle since July 2023. So we're talking 3-year lows on the close for Bitcoin yesterday. Still below 60 on the RSI, whatever. But yeah, remember the crazy stat. Oh, you know, anytime you have 2 consecutive negative bi-yearly candles, the next one's a big bullish engulfing candle. So maybe it's going to happen again. I hope so, man. We got to have it. So there's your little in-depth analysis of Bitcoin from the 4 hour above my head all the way to the bi-yearly. Pretty dramatic. Ethereum's bi-yearly. That is a nasty bearish engulfing candle. Lowest 6-month candle close since July 2022. 2022. So we're talking 4-year lows on the close on Ethereum. 3-month. Lowest quarterly candle close since October 2022. All right. Almost 4-year lows. How crazy is that? And the monthly, lowest monthly candle close since December 2022. It was at 3.5-year lows. So you're just at this big support zone. I mean, if you can see what can happen if you lose it, 1420. It's a big area. So hopefully this, I mean, what is it? I think there's like actual evidence of whales accumulating Bitcoin at their highest level ever this past month and at this price point. So I wonder if that's going to be real or consequential going forward. I guess we'll find out. But there you have it, man. Your big cryptos. Obviously, we could look at XRP. I just don't. Who cares about XRP anymore, dude? Dude, lowest monthly candle close since October 2024. We could do this all day. 3-month. Lowest 3-month candle close since July 2024. 6-month. Lowest 6-month candle close since January 2024. Okay. Solana. Lowest 6-month candle close since January 2023. Quarterly close. Lowest quarterly close since July 2023. And then monthly close. Lowest monthly candle close since November 2023. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red candles in a row. TD sequential, bro. Okay. 9 in a row. It's time for a reversal. I guess up 6.3% on the day. Nice recovery. I mean, yeah, they're trying to recapture a very key level. Like, I mean, to recapture this 76.50 and it's real could have consequences. Maybe 80, 89 to 95. I mean, there's just a lot of chop here, a lot of support resistances. So, yeah, 80's on deck. You break 80, it's about 90. Trying to break into the, wow, they are trying to break into the bullish control zone on Solana for the first time since May. Not really a big deal, but okay. Downtrend's still intact, but maybe we're going to get some sort of, you know, new bi-yearly, new quarterly, monthly candle. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I just want to knock those out real quick for you. If you even care anymore, I know who cares about crypto. It's been a terrible place to have your money for a long time now. But look at this. Remember the diamond on the S&P 500? Wow. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh my God. This is what you want to gift to your significant other. Up against the supply line of the diamond top. Still to be determined, TBD, if it's going to be a diamond top continuation or reversal. No breakout yet, but very close. They tried to do it today/yesterday. It's a new candle now for futures. Opened 6 minutes ago. Or I'm sorry, 12 minutes ago. How y'all doing, chat? How y'all doing? Sorry, I don't even have chat up. I'm pulling it up right now. Good to see it, Rolly. What's up, Black Mamba, man? Andrew M, David B, Evan C, Anthony D, Pocket Miner. Dude, the U.S. is playing at 8 p.m. So an hour and 45 minutes or so against Bosnia. What do we even call Bosnia, dude? Okay, so we got a breakout watch. You break out, pretty easy to determine the measure move. It's just going to be from the breakout 78.74. That's where we headed to if it was a real breakout. All right, and that'd be probably lined up with the Fibonacci extension. Oh wow, it'd be lined up with the 1618.
Can you check out $CRSR for me? Thanks, Mitch. Hope you are well.
What's up?
Also, I think I've been chat banned for like 5 years.
Pepe 69420.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, dude, like if you get banned on YouTube because of like how many like scammers and spammers and crazy psychos over 8.5 years of streaming, like the list doesn't generate for unbanning. So like it only will show like 50 names, and then the rest, the thousands rest that are banned, won't generate. You can't search for it, so you're kind of cooked in YouTube chat if you do get banned. So yeah, thanks for being here for all these 5 years though, lurking. All right, appreciate that. What did you say though? Yeah, sure, whatever. Corsair. So that's pretty cool, right? Measure move lines up with 1618. All right, that's your target up there if we got a breakout, which isn't, it's not happened yet. So don't get cocky. We don't ever act like we know where anything's going. We just know how to target if it does. Measure move downward, same thing. You know, it'd probably be close to $7,000, close to the old swing highs from January. And that's about it. Good stuff, man. Love it. And then the NASDAQ that looked like a diamond too, could have been looked at like a diamond, but we looked at it as a, I mean, it's a little bit stronger, but it didn't perform as well as the spider yesterday. It started selling off in the last few hours. I guess the whole day kind of sold off. If you look at it on the 4 hour right here, look above my head, the S&P futures top left and NASDAQ bottom left, you can see that difference kind of in price action today. So big tech still kind of struggling, even though the Mag 7, only one of the Mag 7 was down today. All right, so we're just going to keep it as is, probably neutral, probably going to go the way of the S&P 500. Whether it underperforms or outperforms, probably going to go in the same direction and break out of this consolidation structure we've been confined in since the 11th of May. So we're talking nearly 6 weeks consolidation after that massive impulse on the Trump headline ceasefire stuff. So you can imagine measure move just like the S&P. It's probably 32,000. Get up there, but they did lose 30K. I mean, 30K is a major psychological level. They just couldn't make it happen. Forgot to look at the monthly and the quarterly. Let's just real quick look at it. It's visibility stuff. Annoying. Yeah, the monthly in May was in June. That is a Japanese candlestick reversal, potential reversal for sure. Could be, depending on what kind of candle we get this month, this new month. That is like a pretty textbook shooting star type candle. Not sure if we've seen it act as a reversal before, but I mean, kind of right here back in September 2018. Yeah, it's there though, man. That's like, if you know patterns, if you know candles that you flip it over, this is a red candle, this could be a bullish reversal. So out the gate, down 1.45% on the new month, new quarter, new half year, and that's where we're at. I mean, on the RSI, a little bit of divergence, just a little bit. About the quarter's a different story. Just obscene 3 month candle up 27.5%, 3 months. Unheard of type moves. Okay, and a quarter. Look at all these quarters: 20, 15, 14, 8, 8, 5, 17.7. Nothing compared to April or Q2 2026. Go down in the history book, man. And then the bi-yearly, probably not as crazy, because I mean, it still was crazy, man. It was 19.86%, so I was right about it not being as crazy, but it's still just insane. I mean, that is now 7 positive bi-yearly candles in a row. 7. Haven't seen a red bi-yearly candle on the NASDAQ since July 2022, 10-month bear market. Spoiled market, man. And then we can just do, you know, Dow Jones Industrial Average for you. Just look at it. Psychotic. That is 8 positive bi-yearly candles in a row. 8. You hadn't seen a red one. You saw one red one. January Q1 2022. You don't see many. I mean, that if that isn't just testament to money printer go burr, monetary debasement, I don't know what is. Like there is no real pullback on a bi-yearly chart. This is insane. The COVID crash was anomalous, but as you can see, it literally was nothing. Just a little wick. Okay, small caps. Russ 2000. Y'all here? Can y'all see this? Is the stream on? Make sure we're good. Highest, you know, bi-yearly candle ever. We have records everywhere. Down 0.36% on the new, you know, new day, month, bi-yearly, quarterly. Just looking at them, man. Taking a gander at the history that was made yesterday afternoon. I mean, the quarterly up 21%, 3 months. Then the monthly. 3 in a row. 3 record closes in a row. Let's just be real. 5 out of 6 of the past candles have been record closes on the monthly. 5 out of 6. Okay, there's your update on the index fund futures. We can shift it real quick to gold and silver. Gold's lowest monthly candle close since October 2025. Very mild. That's 4 red closes in a row. Yeah, that big bearish engulfing candle had some fall through, and it, you know, that was the confirmation, and it did continue to roll over. Bitcoin right now over 61,000 and kind of pumping. Bitcoin is up 4.65% at highs of day as I'm speaking to you. Look above my head. You never miss the Bitcoin chart when you're watching the stream. Even though we're looking at the monthly on gold, we can still watch Bitcoin pump. We can even see Ethereum's price, but it's messed up because it just is. There we go. Oh, 4.42%. See if I can make this work. Very weird. Let's see. Still being weird. Let me maybe that'll. There we go. There we go. I know what I have to do. All right, I got you. Right? Very weird. It's not wanting to play ball. I think we're good now. Okay, so yeah, the lowest close on the monthly for gold of 2026. Quarterly. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed on the quarterly. It's your first red candle since October 2024. First one with much of a body since July 2023. You can see how insane this run was. But that past 3 months, down 14.15%. But still, look at it, man. Like, so elevated. Only people getting hurt on gold are the Larry come latelys.
Is this your homework, Larry?
All right, we'll see if this bearish engulfing candle is real or not over the next 3 months. And then the bi-yearly. Wow. I mean, from the peak, from the zenith, down 28.51% in the past 6 months off the highs. So just, I mean, yeah, it could be a hammer, you know, like, oh, it's a hammer. That's Thor for sure, right? But, you know, we call it shooting star, potential shooting star on gold on the 6 month. Not so great, man. I mean, after that cup with handle played out, there's no edge up here. You know, it could still correct. You thought it might be doing something today with Warsh talking. And then the metals kind of pumped with it, but then they just kind of lulled out. The dull lull. It was not great. So I don't think the trend's reversed after any move today. And I think even so, like that would have been, oh, okay. So a lot of stocks did well. Risk on did very well today. A lot of places on the market. So it's like, okay, gold and silver sometimes do okay on those days. So I think it was just more of that too. And then your gold, like to me, that was all fake. I mean, they took it up to 41.14, and look what they're doing. The channel's heart line is just being tested as resistance right now. Like, you just can't really be excited about metals. I mean, I'd be more excited maybe. Oh, I don't even know if I could be excited at 38.85. I'd be more excited at like 3,400 to 3,500. That down there. I mean, that would be better. But okay, whatever. Everyone can be excited. Look at silver. That did the same thing. People were getting real excited. At one point today, we saw 61.19, already 59.31. It closed up 0.91% yesterday. There's no edge on the oscillators, even if it was to rally here. I mean, you know, it could rally as high as freaking $69, and it's still going to be in a downtrend, unfortunately. And I just figure, you know, with silver, why not go test 54.50 at least if you wanted a really strong, insane level to identify, wait for the identification or wait for structures to develop, to maybe develop an edge for a stronger rally with good upside. It would probably be around $50, $49, $50. So until then, I kind of just not really, I have nothing to say positively about gold and silver for swing trades, position trades. It's kind of like they had their run concluded with mania, blow up top, dead cat bounce, dark cloud cover of dead cat bounce, and lower highs, lower lows ever since, below the 200 moving average. So let's look at that 3-month candle. Big bearish engulfing candle confirmed, just like on gold. Silver, different story than gold, down 52%. A multi-trillion-dollar asset down 52% in 3 months from the highs. It's insane, dude. I guess 6 months, really. I mean, probably not even 6 months, but within 2 quarters from that peak to trough. Okay, and then we can look at the 6 month. The 6 month, kind of like a shooting star. I mean, the biggest shooting star on Earth, or in the universe, or in the solar system, whatever you want to say. So we don't know if it's real yet. This shouldn't even be visible here. Yeah, I mean, they might go test 71 again in the next 6 months before rolling over, which, okay. But I still would think that from where it is right now, a test of the 48 to 50 would be normal and not weird. So commodities, man, you can't mess around with them. Like, they're, yeah, we know long term. Okay, yeah, long term means it's easier said when you say, oh yeah, it's good long term. Okay, well, you're gonna have to go live life. You're gonna have to go watch your children grow up. You want to see another? I mean, dude, that was probably it. I mean, you might not see anything like that on silver again for another like 10 years. That move was crazy. You might get another rally here and there, but something like we just got, that might be a decade thing. Okay, just like, oh, look at that big blizzard in the southeast. You know, oh, that happened in 1993. I mean, that was crazy. Hadn't seen anything like it since. It's 2026. That big tornado outbreak in 2011, nothing ever like that. I mean, still. So it just happens, man. That was great. I mean, just think about how long it took, you know, from 2003 all the way to 2011 to get a run like that. And then, you know, after it topped out, like from the bottom in 2015 to took 11 years for that to happen again. Just don't even talk about 1980, what happened. I don't think it'd be like that because we have money printer now, monetary debasement. So, yeah, I mean, and of course, right, there's always that outlier chance where, oh, it's not over yet. It's going to go run to 100 again. Okay, that's probably the least probable thing, but okay. people just rotating their money, right, into other places that might have the opportunity to do something like silver did. And that's currently going on on some semiconductor companies like Intel and AMD and Applied Materials, right? Micron, all that. I mean, those are the ones right now. But anyway, so just want to look at your big metals. Copper still like fine above 580, but yeah, it's not. I mean, again, technically, if you want to own it, you're green lighted until they lose 580. Then that's probably your argument diminishing or deteriorating or collapsing. You probably don't want to own it below that. We can just look at the buy yearly real quick. Look at that history. I mean, that's 3 buy yearly candles in a row. And you remember looking at that, excuse me, on the quarterly candle, I believe it was the beautiful through rising valleys. And it did turn into a 1618 from that old high from 2011 to the 2016 low. Yeah, they hit the golden ratio, man. Not much more you could ask for. That's what Bitcoin did to its own respective peaks to valleys, and it was over for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like crazy way lower. So I wonder if 631's it or not. It might not be it. So Bitcoin, I don't know. You know, it just went up to 61,272. It's already lost, 750 points off that peak. So I guess we'll continue to monitor copper. That's in an interesting spot, but though it is technically above a key level that you want it to be above, on the top side, it's kind of like maybe confirmed to top, There's a lot of downside potential if this does fail. That's why it's like 580 is your cutoff, because it could come all the way down to 467 and still be completely fine. Could create an amazing bullish shark pattern down here. So you were on the higher end of risk. You were paying premium for copper, no value here. But still good trends. Just understand it's a slightly higher high. And yeah, bearish divergence is kind of there. But hey, you're above key levels. So you got that going for you. Okay. So let's look at U.S. oil real quick, right? We're just going across the markets. This is what I do when I go live. This is like part of it. And then, we can look at other individual assets after we do the broader market analysis. Okay. That's the way it's always been. It's called across the markets. That's right, Echo Leaf. A dang decade. Rob says bull trap on Bitcoin. I mean, you're in a downtrend, right? And any waves you get up, you go to 63,588, you're still in a downtrend, intermediate downtrend. You can't change that. It would take tremendous amounts of data, higher lows and higher highs, to be able to definitively say that Bitcoin has reversed its intermediate trend to up. That's the only way to look at it. So U.S. oil, we looked at the trade setup again yesterday. How beautiful. I mean, every day that oil dumps and loses the gains from this pump, this war pump, the more vindicated a swing trader, position trader should feel. Where it's like, yeah, you have price objectives and you take profit and you exit for reasons. And here is the literal reason. Turns into a casino and then just completely collapses eventually. So did they fill the gap? Some would say that they probably did. Even with the wick, they didn't. They actually haven't. They'll fill it in the next 24 hours. From now till tomorrow, this time, it's probably going to get tested. And that's 67.83. Now, the candle close, which I like to think about that really being where gaps fill, because that's where the trader settled up. And then the next day, they gapped it up. So way higher. So to me, I think 67.28. It's a conservative way of looking at gap fills, but many other people are going to be like, the gap fill would be at 67.82, the wick top. So neither world has it filled. So it will go a little lower to fill one way or another. But then at that point, is it like, are they going to hold on to like these other levels, like 66.44 is real? There's been reversals there a multitude of times. Not so sure. Sorry, music stopped. And again, if you're asking, like, what's the direction of oil? Well, there's no structure, right? No structure yet. Where do you want it to go for value? Well, we just Fibonacci from that December low to the highest high. Whichever one. If you think that's a scam wick, fine, you can go the other one. It's not going to be that consequential. But look at that, man. Look how either way, the 886 is confluent with that major $60 to $61 level. That is X marks the spot. That is where you could perceive value on a commodity that's been devastated. I mean, down 43% in 85 days. That's value down there. That is where we would look for structures to develop. Yeah. You would look for, oh, okay, yeah, all right. And then it comes down. Oh, they lose the level, then they recapture it, and then they reconfirm it a couple times. That's where we're looking for something like that. And then you have that's a good value. Good value, and it's very easy to construct a trading plan to take an entry after this positive price action correlation to the key level. We could set entries, and then we could set strategic stop losses. We wouldn't want to own it below 60.87, just like we did here. And your upside potential is really good, where it could go to 75, 78, even 85. They have a gap fill. $84 is a gap, unfilled gap up there. That could be a price objective. So that's, I think, what we'd be waiting for on oil. If you're just thinking about being a commodity trader, you just want value. You want an 886. And then after the 886, or at the 886, you're looking for structures to develop that takes time. This could take, an entire 6 weeks plus to develop. But we want to see stuff like that. Always on anything we're ever trying to look to trade, we want to see deep value perceived areas and long-term uptrends, which I think like an 886 here, a pivot could be just a higher low than previous low, meaning more than before, meaning, yeah, you could have another rally gap fill there. And then maybe it's over then, but it would just be a trade, a somewhat of a swing trade, position trade to get a couple targets, and then you're out again, because it's probably not going to the highs that we saw when the war was like breaking out. Yeah, you might get a dead cat bounce though, is what I'm saying. You could trade that dead cat bounce. Anyway, Bitcoin 60,473. We can look at the monthly on this and the quarterly. Monthly is bad, man. That's an ugly close below the 200-month moving average. The gap is there on this time scale. Very nasty. Below $75 on the monthly is bad, man. I mean, $56 target on the monthly. It was a trade, and that's all it was. But you have to think about commodities as that. As a trader, you're not an investor of commodities. You're a trader of commodities. You have to apply by the principles taught here and in the books that we've all read, that I just am a conduit from them to you. So that was a really ugly quarterly close. I mean, it was down 31%, even though the quarterly before was up 77%. They went up and they tested that 114.79, 115 level, peaks and reversal points from 2011 and 2022, and it happened to be spot on as another reversal. History repeats itself. So, yeah, down here, let's see, maybe 50, 59. Yeah, it's hard to really see the swing low reversal point on the 3-month. And then we look at the 6-month, probably very crazy. Yeah, oh my God. Look at this bi-yearly candle. How it closed. It got as high as 119.60, closed at 71.30, down 40% from the peak to where the close was, and then has just opened down. It's down on the new bi-yearly candle, quarterly, monthly, daily, 2.86%. Still bullishly engulfed, bro, I guess. Sure. Brutal. Commodities, man. We can go to DXY for a minute, just going across the markets. Been live now 40 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell, sub. First of the month, first best day to join the Patreon, patreon.com/MitchRayTA, where you're just supporting what I do. Essentially, you support like my live streams, and there's education in there, and I'm posting trade setups and posting charts, and yeah, I mean, this is like first of the month, so it's like the first best day to join. So DXY, the bi-yearly, remember this old bat pattern? Crazy how it hit the 886 and reversed. So I would think probably on this time scale, you want to see it break 102.24, which it could because of that Wyckoff accumulation breakout that we had on the lesser time scales, the daily. Go to the quarterly. Quarterly, they're holding the 203-month moving average. 102, still 102, 104, still really important of a level to break. Just a bunch of higher lows coming in, man. Higher lows. It just kind of reminds me of Tesla a little bit, which is good for Tesla, not great for DXY, because that means it'd probably be going up and things paired against DXY wouldn't fare well. So we can go to the monthly. Monthly, I mean, nothing too spectacular here. Still think 102 is a big deal. But psychologically, you're above 100. So, but you can see like 102, 103 is actually a peak that's been regarded as a reversal zone multiple times throughout the years. So, and then the daily real quick, which again, this is Wyckoff accumulation, and you are in the final phase. You're in phase E, and there's not really been a backup, a BU yet, unless that was it. We had like 3 days of the BU, but they haven't even tested the trading range top yet as support, and I guess they don't have to, but this is really strong, really like bullish textbook Wyckoff accumulation. So I mean, you would think even when they go back test 100, even fall a little low below it, the buyer starts catching their footing again. You're looking for 102, 105, 107, and then you'd just be going for some big Fibonacci retrace, which they already did. They've already hit the 382. So I mean, like, yeah, you could be looking at a 618 at 104.69. It is gorgeous, man, to see it like that. Hector, sounds like a scam, dude. It like doesn't even matter. Remember, like, it doesn't matter what words you put in front of a crypto. It doesn't, because there is no regulatory umbrella of rules that the devs have to abide by legally. They don't have to do anything. If they made money, which we know for a certain fact, Primal makes nothing, no money, no revenue, nothing. If they did, they would never, by law, have to share the money they made with you, the coin holder or future bag holder. So it doesn't even matter what you say about it. It's, if it did pump, it'd be based on speculation, retail, nefarious money, and it eventually will do exactly what 99.9% of all other cryptos have done, round trip, and then bleed out and never really see those highs again. That would be Primal. It doesn't matter what coin it is. It's always going to be that way, bro. Sorry. But hey, these are unpopular truths, not something you ever want to hear. If you are a dogmatic crypto bro, you've already left. You've already quit. You don't watch these streams anymore because you don't want to hear that. The true Lord here is trend analysis, looking to identify structures in bullish trends, looking for structures to develop, conclude their development at key levels, like a perfect example, Velo. Oh, we know all about it, man. There's a key level from history, tested once, then twice. On the second test, above the 200-day simple moving average, there was seller exhaustion on the MACD and a perfect entry level around here. And this thing hit all the targets, I believe all the targets, and then it was over. It was over, and it's continuing to be over. It's down 8.3% today. Dude, this thing was perfect. I mean, you couldn't make up how perfect this thing was. April 7th, man. I mean, right? Just laid it out for you. The whole reason why. That's the level to be taking entries and setting up strategic stops. And then what, 28.34. Okay, 28.96, just a little below that inflection point. Look at it, man. I mean, hits that target, and from that third target of the trade setup is down now 45% in like 2 weeks. 45% in 2 weeks after the final target was achieved. That's a trader. That's what traders do. That's why it's down 45% since hitting that massive level. So that's the stuff that we do here. We congregate for that. We do not congregate for on-chain crypto analysis or fundamental analysis of a particular stock or, oh my God, dude, the super cycle for the commodities. It's none of that. It's just structures. And can we strategize it? Can we identify these structures? Does this structure give us greater than 50% chance of a positive outcome for us where we're trying to position? If it doesn't, we have no idea. If it doesn't have those things, even if it does have the like Velo, even if it was like this, even if it's like that, when it was like that, right? Back in April, we didn't act like we knew that this was going to play out. We just knew it was somewhere you could take a shot, and it was a good place to take a shot. And then, of course, right? There you go, man. 1, 2, 3, and then it's over. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you had today. We can look at the Mag 7. There's we'll look at the one. I think we had one request. I think it was just Synapse, right? Yeah. So here are your futures. Top left S&P, top right Dow Jones, bottom left Nasdaq, bottom right Russell 2000. Your futures, man. No all-time highs today. Rob, I was here in 2021 talking about it, man. SYN, excuse me? Synapse? That's not Synapse. What are you talking about? What in the world? Oh, you talking about crypto? Oh, God. Yeah, whatever, man. Hey, he wanted to see it. That's fine. Completely fine. Yeah, it was dead. This is what I'm talking about. Like, just dead crypto scam forever. And then, yes, sometimes, remember, just think about it. This whole thing is a slot machine. Okay? And occasionally, pulling the lever 1,000 times, 10,000 times, you eventually get one time where it hits like that. And it just happened to be from June to yesterday. It is just one of the millions of slot machines that exist now in the crypto market. Millions. Tens of millions. So, I mean, you tip 25 to look at it. We're looking at it. But you're just like, hey, man, look at that. Man, look at that slot machine in the Wynn Hotel. That one that just paid out grandma $18 million. Look at that one, dude. Can you look at that slot machine for me? We're in the Wynn right now, and it's like, it looks like all the other ones next to it. No edge in that. Okay, but think about it. That was the only request we got, was this one. All right. I mean, Corsair was an informal request, but I mean, tip 690, I don't really care anymore. It's like, let's look at it. Corsair, oh man, it was bad. I mean, it had an old little pattern. Yeah, I mean, wherever it was, the Three Rising Valleys played out. That's what we went on oil, some structure like that to develop at the $70 level or whatever it was that we. So since then, it popped and then hit resistance and then dumped again, created a new base at all-time lows, and it ran up and hit 1229 again, and now it's at this point where it maybe they're trying to put in a base here. They could be. This former gap is still being regarded as resistance. Volkowski talks about that. Like 18% of the time, a gap fill can act as a resistance point, an old gap fill, and it's doing that. Kind of wild to see it in real time. There is some definite hidden bullish divergence developing as they try to put in a base from June 10th to now. Like you can see the low on price, you can see the higher low on price with substantially higher levels of negative momentum. All right, that just represents that we have a continuation impending. So if it's real, it's very easy to target where it'd be. It'd be 1229, 1253 would be your target. I don't know after that. That's going to be really tough to, if they could ever break it. I mean, 1409, that swing low back from 2020, and then if they broke that, 1818 would probably be the next big resistance. So they're trying. You could just say you're in some sort of short-term intermediate uptrend in an otherwise long-term downtrend. But let's just say long-term downtrend, intermediate no trend. Right? You've been stuck in a range for 2 years now, and a short-term uptrend in your intermediate.
Anonymous tip $25. ZM, weekly channel and moving averages look nice. Might be tough to strategize.
We'll look at Zoom. Anonymous, thanks for 25. Yeah, Zoom, remember the old COVID, darling, that and Clorox. And then it was over. Excuse me. So yeah, with this one, I mean, it's, yeah, right, short-term uptrend. So if there's still like the demand line, even if you want to look at it like that, it's still at like 782. So it's all about, can they break this this gap fill? They weren't able to do it in July last year, so they're going to try again. They're trying again today, and they failed. So it's all about that. You break that, easy to target for the 12s, 14, 18. But long-term downtrend, right? It's been pretty brutal. So typically, right, if you like trading ranges, we always talk about the closer you are to the bottom of the trading range. If you're looking along, the better it is to take a long. The closer you are to the top of the trading range, the easier it is to strategize a short. If you are where you are now, it is far more of a gamble, right? You're more of a, right? When you're down close to this level, it's easier to set up the trading plan. Where you are now, all you can do is maybe set a stop loss below $8. And even if it went below $8 and hits the 207 and then it rallies, it's harder for it to make sense. So this is, closer you are to 571, the better for trading range trading. So anyway, yeah, we can look at Zoom real quick. Zoom communications. Wow, that thing's crazy. I haven't been here in a while. Yeah, so they're uptrending it. There's definitely more than before going on. It's been that way since they bottomed it out in August 2 years ago. So higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. I really like this. This is potentially a sign of strength. Okay, busting through that impeccable sell wall resistance from 2019. And then putting in a higher high than the previous high. And that is just a trend you have going on, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, stuff you want to look for. What's good about it is 84.59 is a swing high back from 2023, February 2023. They defended that successfully, so 4.43%. If they can hold that, given enough time, I think you'd probably just be targeting for 100 to 105 again. And then maybe at that point they can break it out. If they can break it out, then it'd be like confirmed. I wouldn't call it like Wyckoff. Maybe you could. Maybe you could be like, what would be the, so like they jumped across a creek there and never again, right? Maybe the trading range top, you know, maybe that's it. I just don't think so. It'd be between 85 and 90. If it was a trading range top, you can see that resistance there and they pull it back. It's too strong, too much demand. They don't even let it go test the bottom again. So there's an aggressive amount of accumulation going on based on that. And if we're talking about trading range tops, maybe see this is just an inflection zone. Okay. A trading range is like a local structure. Okay. Where there are peaks and valleys. So locally I'm looking at it and I'm seeing like, since they hit a bottom, like either 85 to 90 is the top of that trading range. So So and you can see how much respect you have here too, from September 2025 to 2026. So this is the sign of strength. This is the current backup of the trading. Of the backup of Wyckoff accumulation, if we're trying to look at it that way. So the next thing that would happen, as long as a higher low gets put in the $72, the next thing that will happen would be potentially, however long it takes, the confirmation. So this is the SOS, sign of strength, all of this. This is the backup, and then the next thing that happens in the final phase of Wyckoff accumulation is the markup and or what you call confirmation, the confirmation impulse. So it's actually kind of interesting here. Okay, interesting. This M shape was kind of cool. It served us well, I guess. But as you can see, taking that out, trading range bottom, trading range top. There was no real spring back test on this one. Yeah, so I kind of like it, man. I mean, until the higher highs, higher lows go away, you're kind of okay. No earnings till August 24th, so you got some good time. Something to think about. Zoom, actually interesting down here. A lot of higher lows. So they got this little, here's a trend line you can see. And see how they could do it. 1, 2, 3. They lost it. They recaptured, reconfirmed it as valid again on April 10th. Rallied it, sell off, and where the sell off conclude, or it looks like where it's concluding, is that demand line again of that trend line. So actually really interesting. All right, man. Zoom video, really, bro? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so looks like Velo. It would look like Velo if it did this. Look, man, you get just like kind of nuanced education stuff. You can get these pullbacks and stuff, but you always, if you want the most probable outcome after those pullbacks, even in uptrends, you always want to see a local double bottom confirmation low. Preferably, you want that second low to be slightly higher and maybe test the demand line again, and test the demand line, test the horizontal line again. Like that, they lost it, right? You want them to retest it more formally. That's going to give you the greatest edge. That's what happened on, was it in phase or Solar Edge? I can't remember which one it was. It was another trade setup. No, it was Sedge. Same thing, right? Like where you're in the uptrend, you know the trend's your friend. You get that one low, you get the higher, you get the rally, and then the valley, the second low, locally, right? It's local. All around at that inflection zone, and then you can see that big move that happened after. And all of this is just, correcting, pulling back. If you're lucky, you get to 43 again. You might not, but the trend is still so good. Like this could continue for who knows how long, until we get data that would, define that it's over with lower highs, lower lows consecutively. Still above the 200 moving average, plenty of room to pull back more, but they're trying to maybe just hold on to this peak at 53.38 right there. What happened to Fartcoin? Dude, crypto died, dude. Yeah, Rivian, good stuff, man, on that. What's up, Supercomputer? Good to see you too. Got computers talking to me now. What's up, James? No, Corsair is awesome, dude. Like, you can like the product that they provide. I'm using a Corsair keyboard right now, and it's absolutely like the best keyboard I've ever owned. I love it. Using, I believe, Corsair RAM. Been using it for years. RGB RAM. Using the lights still, but I mean, I'll still use it. Like if I build another computer, Corsair is still gonna be there. I don't think any company makes keyboards better than Corsair, or like lighting for your computer, right? I think they're the best, man. Blue chip of that. But yeah, just because they make really good computer components doesn't mean that it's gonna be a good investment or trade. Like when we longed ACHR, sorry dude, they're like prototypes and they're not really working products yet. They look cool. I didn't even know. When I took my calls on ACHR Archer, I didn't even know what they did really. And then it played out like God. So all right, look at these mag 7s real quick. Let's go from worst to best. You know what, man? Should we do worst to best? Let's do worst to best. NVIDIA, the only of the mag 7 that did poorly today, but I do like, no one's going to care, but I do like 195.73 being recaptured and kind of reconfirmed. I mean, they recaptured it with a gap up, but they filled the gap, and then they're holding 195.73 successfully for now. So, and they're above the 200. So you're back above that bad action magnet move threshold too. So you don't really have to worry about that right now until we lose it. So you're okay, even though it performed poorly today. The technicals are actually okay for now, until we lose 195.73 and the 200 moving average. We're technically okay. See, they took us out of the bearish control zone as well. So there's definitely like some good things that have happened in the past couple days on NVIDIA, despite its performance. And that's as far as we can go with it, okay? Kind of got to be like neutral-ish till we get something, like a push to 212 plus again from here, or a break, that we more bullish, and then we lose 195.73 real quick and lose the 200, then we got to just be conceding the fact that we're probably going to see 178, possibly 170 for a big sharp pattern to develop down there. Okay, Google was... What was going on, man?
Anonymous tipped $25. Thanks, Mitch. RNG is kinda similar.
Random number generator? It's a heck of a ticker, dude. I don't know if I've ever looked at that before. Should we look at MPC after RNG? Thank you, dude. What's up, Rawlings, man? You made it to watch some of the stream after work. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. Anonymous. I can only give Anon credit, dude. I will interrupt the Mag 7 right now for you, dude. This is a express delivery of your Ring Central Incorporated that did its own bounce off a 200 simple moving average. After it's been hit in the gutter and consolidating for so long, I wonder, is it Wyckoff accumulation? Here's that old swing high from 2014, 2015. I'll just have them there. You can see that price action. Okay, clear as years. Just plotting it for you. See how anything happened. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. Is the history. It's timeless here. You gotta love. I just wish that this was a, I didn't know this existed. Okay, I'm just be real. I didn't know. And you can see like the trading range top. This is actually Wyckoff accumulation in its final phase as well. Right there, you can see the swing highs. You can see how market participants are regarding this level, respecting the level so well, $42 to $43. So you have I think this is the sign of strength, where they're up thrusting through the trading range top. This is the backup, and we have some unfilled gaps, so it could chop around here for a while. But it looks like there's this little bitty, I guess this local support at 34.43 that they're holding on to, the 200 moving average. If you want to confirm Wyckoff accumulation, markup phase, final phase, we need to see a break of 43.24 and probably break above $49. And then, my God, man, sky is the limit on this one. I'd say like probably right here. Be a big 68.51 could be a big target. I know we have this minor. I would just, it's there for sure, 49.20. But remember, like when they do this, this is kind of like that trend analysis stuff. They're making now higher highs, the highest highs seen since February 2023, but technically the highest highs seen since August 2022. It's like 4-year highs on this peak, and they couldn't hold it, sustain it. That's fine. The pullback happened, and what happened? Oh, this 34.43 level was held, defended by the buyers, and the gap fill. They couldn't fill the gap. Too much demand. So it's a good sign. I think that's a sign of strength, but it's a good sign they're holding up this level and they're running test 42. If they can break it, which it may not, they could fail to break it and we roll over and go fill the gap at 28.74. But that's like where we're at, and this could be the final phase of Wyckoff accumulation. If we can just break 43 and start running, that's how you confirm Wyckoff accumulation is the composite operator is concluding his buying campaign. He's gotten his fill of shares, and it's time to mark this thing up way higher.
Can you look at $RZLV? Thanks.
Those Dodge, man. Thanks for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at RZLV. Yes, sir. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Thank you, Rawlings, man, for the kind words. Yeah, dude. Enjoy you watching, man. And I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, we'll yeah, that's what this is about. This channel is about education, e-learning, and that's what we do. Okay, so beautiful stuff on RNG. I mean, like for the Zoom and RNG, man. I mean, these are like could be going on like multi-month to 1 year plus uptrends if they just do these last things. That's where they're at. I mean, you pull up the Wyckoff schematic, it's in the last thing that it needs to do before the markup phase. So it's like important you're aware of that on Ring Central here. I don't know why. It just is. Like we're just identifying some big money man, big money maker, composite operator. They've been accumulating here. They're holding stuff. They're holding this. They're ready for a markup phase by the looks of it. Okay, so I guess we just scooch on over to RZLV. Why not, man? Let's do it for y'all. Resolve AI. Oh, well, we've been here. This is an M shape that's concluded its development. Type 1 reaction. I think you're in a type 2 return. And I remember this from crypto. Don't give up on it. I know Scott Carney has the 30 bar rule and all that, but I remember this specifically. Let me like try to do something crazy and see if my autism lets me do this. May not. It may fail, but I'm going to try here. Okay, I'm going to do I will do VeChain. VeChain. Oh god, I gotta find more liquidity. This is crazy. I'm not VeChain on Binance be better. Okay, let me go all the way back. Long time ago. Long time. Where was this? It was back in is it 2020? No, it was 2024. Wasn't it? Yeah, I mean what one was it that was just like it took forever and we just thought it might be cooked, and then it pumped. It was like this where it just extended out. This one was a little different. God, can someone help me here with like remembering on a US dollar pair crypto, the ones that took forever? Was it like Neo coin? Yeah. No, LAC's maybe an example of it a little bit, but I don't think even LAC had a good type 2. What I'm talking about, I'm thinking about a specific, it was during 2024, and I mean, this is a good example, I guess, too, like a consolation. Yeah, like where you had the same thing, right? You had the M shape, concluded its development, the bat pattern, and then yeah, you had the type 1, and then the type 2 was just all kinds of chop that lasted for an extended amount of time, and then the news driven catalyst came in. So yeah, similar-ish. Yeah, look at that. What was it? Link Harry Potter coin? Nah, Harry Potter was Expella Petroleum. I mean, it was quick, dude. It was good for a while, you know, during that last final moment in crypto history where we had a market that worked. So you can just see though sometimes how the M shape will complete. It'll have its reaction, and then its type 2 is just a bunch of chop like this. So if you're in it, you know, I wouldn't like give up on it. Was it XRP chip flipper? It's hard to believe it would be XRP. It was 2024. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It took forever, and we thought it just might fail. No, it's not that one. This one didn't even complete an M shape. It wasn't actually an M shape. So
Can we get Mitch versus Tonevase for the next boxing card on Nerflix?
Nerflix? I mean, I would do it, but you know, see, these people would be like, who? Mitch who? Like, see, I'm not relevant enough for any of that stuff, dude. So it doesn't even matter. Dang, man, it's like killing me kind of. Was it Uni? I know Uni's had a multitude of like great M-shaped playouts, but there were like certain ones where it was just like, is this it, man? Is it gonna do it or not? Yeah, I can't remember. I'd have to like look. You said theta, but I just don't know if I can remember that. It's like not in my memory. I have no memory of this place. This theta being the one. 2025. See, they were too like, yeah, I guess they all freaked out. It might have been 2023 even, you know? Like it could have been 2023. Because we had, remember that? You had like two different crates. Back when we had like a cycle a year. Every year we had like a chance to make some really good money on scam coins, and then we didn't. Oh my god, is this it? No, this one had the type 1 and then kind of just never went back and revisited it, and we're going higher. Anyway, it's okay. I'll figure it out. And it's hard to remember it, man. Like so many like things play out. So type 1, type 2. Really choppy. It might just be like, hey, you know, you can have just a responsible allocation and own some, and just have faith in what's going on down here. You got plenty of volume. Fundamentally, they don't make money, right? Like ever. Like you can just bank on that. It's a technical play, and it could fail. You're probably still fine if it goes to 190. That means it would lose like almost half its value. So you have an M shape, and you have the type 2 return, but the type 2 return, it's kind of like that. And the longer it stays like that, it could fail. So FIL might have been it, dude. Maybe you're right, dude. Let's go back to like 2022, 2023. Again, this is, kind of. Yeah, great, man. Tom G's, my man. Exactly. That's maybe the one I was thinking about. Type 1 reaction and the type 2 return. It was in 2023, not 2024. It was just that extended amount of time of just nothing. And you're like, it might fail. It's taken to August to October. So multiple months. And then it finally started reversing. And it turned out it was beautiful. And then it was over. I remember getting so much hate up here too. You're a hater, dude. You're so negative. I'm like, dude, it just barely back tested a key level after the M shape played out. What? It's probably over. And it was literally over as F, and it still continues to be dead. So anyway, we can go back to those Mag 7s. Let's go to Google real quick. Uni was unbelievable. Uni was the best trade in crypto. One of the best M shape weeklies in crypto history back then, by far. But yeah, we won't go ruminating, dwelling on the past. Okay. So you had a nice breakout, it seems like, of a little corrective channel, right? Going back to mid-May. So we got like 6-week channel, is that? Yeah, 6 weeks. And they broke it out, and I don't know if it's real, but pretty much how they kind of try to back test 328, 329. I wouldn't say there's much of an edge or a structure here. All I can tell you is just a channel, and they broke the supply line, and that's as far as I can really go with it. You haven't seen positive momentum since mid-May, May 15th, so 6 weeks since we've seen positive Momo. You're in an extremely bullish uptrend, right? Bullish trend, man. Above the 200, you're in great shape. You just don't really have a structure, and that's okay. We always want structures. You don't have to have an edge, and it can still look good because just the trend analysis. Still above key levels and all that. I mean, even above the February 3rd high now. Great. I was thinking go way higher without an edge. Tesla, incredible. It was up more, but that's okay. You got to really be cautiously optimistic again. Because like what they did was it was so bad. They was like, oh, they're showing distribution. They're confirming resistance as resistance again. Oh, we're making lower lows locally. But then this face-ripping rally, the past 4 days of trading, they're back above all the key levels, including the 200-day simple moving average. This is really good path for redemption on Tesla right now. So step one completed yesterday. You recaptured the key level, the old 2021 all-time high. And they also concluded the trading session above the 200-day simple moving average, step one. So step two now is going to be, it's going to keep rallying possibly, but any pullback we get, we're going to see positive price action correlation between 400 and 414.50. And then we would like to see some sort of structure develop while they're testing it successfully. So interesting. No higher highs yet locally, but what's up, Seth? Okay, go to Amazon. This long-term uptrend, trying to catch their footing a little bit back with the 200 moving average. We just know long-term uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Really good channel on the weekly. They're unable to settle up above the old all-time high from February 4th, so you're up against the big resistance. Did not break above it. Like Nvidia broke above its level, Tesla broke above its level, Amazon's respective level. They didn't close above it. They tested above it. Three out of 3 days. 3 out of the past 3 days, they've tested this level and unsuccessfully closed above it. I don't know if it's going to be that consequential, but yeah, you really love this trend, man. The monthly, all kinds of bearish divergence of the MACD histogram. Not going to look at that much. Let's look at the weekly real quick. Show you the channel, like how good this channel is. It's such a good trend since they bottomed it out, that 10-month bear market in 2022. It's been higher highs, higher lows ever since, even though it's been super stupidly choppy. But I think it's just important to get back above the old all-time high from 2025. And they haven't quite done it yet, but you got one more day. Hopefully we can close the week above it tomorrow. All right, Apple up 1.73%. Good recovery. Really good recovery. Bullish and golden candle yesterday. They gapped it up today. They went at the lows of the day. They filled that gap. They virtually back tested the old all-time high as support. It was so close. They didn't do it though, actually. And that might be a good thing. There was so much demand this morning that they filled the gap, but they wouldn't go test 288.61 back from December of 2025. And you just closed, they filled the gap on, remember that gap we're talking about? They filled it officially today. So I wonder if like a supply line or something like that. I'm not sure it would even matter. I mean, you close like right at it, if not above it. Yeah, I think you broke it actually. Yeah, you closed above it. You broke it, you even back tested. Okay, so anything with 288.61 is incredibly good. Like it's very strong. So this is a long-term thing. It's like an investment on Apple. But hey, you had that M shape, and we know what's happening on these M shapes. Oh, they just develop, and we look at them, we identify them, and we don't act like we know. We don't gain an ego when we see these M shapes develop because we've seen them fail before. But just gonna go straight to, remember this? How about that? We don't know, but it hit the M shape, completed, and this is a certain reaction. Oh, it just so happened to be a news-driven catalyst. Show me the charts. I'll show you the news. The M shape completed before the news-driven catalyst came out. And this thing had been horrible for almost a year. Lower highs, lower lows. And then just it's here. And then you gapped up. So they get good volume. I'm not sure the gap will fill. That's a type 1 reaction. That's what we're looking for. You even look at the last stream. I've even plotted it out what we want to see. Type 2 would be the best. It would be optimal if we get down to 530, 550 for a second test. But incredible to see. That's right, built from mistake. Now, USA plan in less than 60 minutes. I'm going to watch that for sure. Been live now, hour and 21 minutes. If you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button, the sub. And if you want to keep seeing me do what I do every day, best way to support that is by joining Patreon, patreon.com/MitchRayTA. First of the month, first best hit. Join the Patreon, trade setups, education, active premium Discord chat. So there are definitely amenities involved with, you joining, but above all of those amenities, you're just saying, hey man, I support what you do. I understand that you do not monetize on YouTube. You never have, 8.5 years. You've never had sponsors voluntarily, and you've never pushed affiliate marketing links down our thread on scam at crypto exchanges when the whole crypto market ended up being a massive scam. So like if you were in on any of these crypto affiliate marketing links from any of your favorite key opinion leaders, chances are you lost a lot of money because you participated because that person influenced you to do it. And I never did that one time. 8.5 years. Got no money from it. You probably could have made hundreds of thousands of dollars from that garbage stuff. Never did it. So it's like, hey man, if you want to support a creator that didn't do any of that, you join the Patreon. That's how you do it. So, all right, in Microsoft up 3%. Kind of a shark, right? We're talking about the 113 shark, and they've begun to react at it a little bit, but super valid, isn't it? Yeah, 1618 on the C to D or the B to D. Yeah, that's a valid shark right there. And maybe you're beginning to react, but they are up against a big resistance, 388, 22, 397, 35. I'm just wondering if Meta, if the new bi-yearly, the new quarterly, I wonder if the bots and the funds are going to rotate capital into these beaten down mega caps. Meta, sure enough, day one of the new quarter, new month, new bi-yearly candle, they did. And guess what? Microsoft, new month, quarter, bi-yearly candle of 3%. Like, they flipped the switch. So we'll see if this sustains, if it's real. But day one was good. Okay. That's your Mag 7, dude. Looked at, gone across the markets, looked all over. And yeah, I mean, that's all I can do, man. This is what I do every day. So MicroStrategy was up today, 7.4% higher. Very nice. SpaceX was down, man. 7. What happened to SpaceX, dude? But my SpaceX. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. You gotta wonder, is this thing gonna go below 150 IPO price? You thought maybe at first, maybe not, but after today, I don't even know. Was there news? No, I don't even think there was a news-driven catalyst that cooked this. It just happened. It was just, they dumped it. It was you had the worst 4-hour candle in the history of SpaceX today, but it was your second worst daily candle close ever, down 7.8%, engulfed yesterday's candle, almost engulfed the entire 29th, Monday and Tuesday, the whole week taken out. So you wonder, man, what's going to happen with SpaceX, the most like anticipated IPO in the history of markets? Is it going to dead cat bounce? If it dead cat bounced for real, which that could have been it, you never know. But if you want a real 50% dead cat bounce, 186, and it's a gap fill too, if you didn't know. A gap fill and a 50% retrace, that would be the dead cat bounce area, 186. So, and then the other, MicroStrategy real quick, where, hey man, yeah, eventually you do reverse, right? After 10 days, whatever. Horrible. Yeah, they're trying to catch their footing back above 88, which is good. 88's a huge deal. Above that, you're waiting on 101.86. If they break 101.86, you could go to 123. No structure, so no strategy. No positive momentum. You haven't seen positive momentum since May 12th. Still very much in the bearish control zone, but you reset after an abysmal 23.5 RSI. So maybe they're trying to put in a bottom, man, for a short-term rally that could conclude legit at like 130 and still be the lowest high and then roll over later. All right, chat. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you all for coming out. We got 36 minutes to the daily candle close. Big one's trying to engulf here after buyers have been defending this support since the 25th, about a week now, getting close to a week. I don't know if they're going to engulf, but you're really close. You were easy for a little bit, but now you can see how they pulled it back so much off the high, over 1,000 points down off that high we got during this stream. So if they hold it, they continue to hold it, and you're going to rally. 63,588 could be a good target, but it's a downtrend, so you got to take everything bullish with a grain of salt. Yeah, they could be trying to put in bullish divergence right effing now. They really could be a low and then the slightly lower low locally with only this much negative momentum. I mean, it could manifest into something beautiful, a C to D wave. Seen it before. RSI, same thing. It's like crazy, right? The low and then the lower low locally, but much higher levels of relative strength than the second time. And they wouldn't even let it get oversold. So you never know. Still in the bearish control zone. But maybe this is the genesis of a new wave higher, even though you're in a downtrend. You're very much in a downtrend. You can still get corrective waves higher. And a lot of times these things all happen before that does. But we understand too, this little XAB to C wave could go a lot lower, and it still could end up with that larger C to D wave later at much lower prices. It could begin. So it's either here or all the way down to maybe like $53,000, $54,000, where we maybe reverse, and we'd still get divergence whether it's here or lower. All right. Thank you all for coming out. Let's go USA. Let's beat Bosnia. Let's beat Kingsman. Let's go to the next round. Canada did it. England did it. If the Commonwealth can do it, we got to do it, man. We got to go further than them. Especially a 250-year anniversary. Let's go, America. I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the TA.